Howdy, folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again. William Byron wins at Texas Motor Speedway, already advancing to the round of eight. Oh boy, a lot of playoff chaos at Texas Motor Speedway. Make sure to pre-order that Race 1 diecast with that Circle B diecast. Most likely, the 164 Race 1 will be offered. I'm sure the 124 will be offered. Is this Byron's first ever playoff win? Is it? I don't know. I actually predicted Byron would win. I didn't. God told me to. But you get what I'm trying to say. In my pre-playoff predictions, I had Byron winning at Texas. Kyle Larson looked like he was going to get it done. Hard racing, lost control of the car, crashed out, and now Larson goes to two wild card races, Talladega and the Roval. Keep in mind, he was eliminated at the Roval last year. It is not a surefire bet that Kyle Larson is going to advance. The round of 12 in the playoffs is absolutely the most chaotic round by far. And let me tell you, Texas Motor Speedway, in terms of the quality of racing, it was good because the next-gen car is just, they crash a lot. And that creates a lot of interesting restarts and strategy and comers and goers, and obviously the process of elimination. You take out playoff drivers, you allow the Eric Joneses, the Chase Briscoes to move to the field. It creates parity, right? But I do think the racing would have been even more better and even a little bit more chaotic if they would have had the old school 1 and 2, which who knows if they'll ever reconfigure it back. But honestly, the racing was better than I expected. I do wish the race was 500 miles compared to 400 miles. I like the longer events to me. It's stock car racing. You have one Cup Series event the whole weekend, 100 miles. Come on now. Why not? I love to see it. And there was a lot of crashes, a lot of part failures, and I love to see it. Last weekend at Bristol, that was by far the worst Bristol night race I have ever watched. This was a pretty good Texas race. You look at last year's playoff Texas race, it was even better in my opinion because there was a whole lot more tire failures, which creates a lot of parity. Obviously, they corrected the tire problems, and this one was just hard racing. It was a good show in my opinion. I still want to see the OG Texas back or go to Super Speedway Racing. I'm cool with that as well. I don't like racetracks like Kentucky and Texas with one side's like a Frankenstein and the other side's the old school normal layout. But moving forward, though, let me tell you, 2311 Racing, they have a legit shot at the Final Four with both cars if they can run this competitive. I mean, holy cow. You have Homestead the next round. If the 45 and the 23 can both advance, I wouldn't be surprised either one of those cars could win that event and get themselves into the Final Four. Talladega, 23 car, Bubba's really good at Dega. Plate racing is I'd probably say his best form or discipline of racing. Look at his results at Daytona. Look at his results at Talladega. He's really good there. And then Tyler Reddick, hello, one of the best road course racers out there. I'm just saying, the Roval, you never know. I'm saying 2311, I would not be surprised. Both of their cars are in the round of 8 and in the round of 4. They have been really, really good. I thought the 23 car, personally, would not be able to overcome some mistakes in the first round to get to, the round of 12. They proved everyone wrong, myself included. But I did have the 45 in the Final Four. So it's not that I didn't truly expect 2311 Racing to show up. I just felt like they were going to be a victim of the playoff chaos. Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, they got caught up in messes. Kyle Larson, of course, as well. The Xfinity race was so much fun, man. So many beating and banging and crashing. I like it. I don't know what the future holds for Texas Motor Speedway in terms of, are they going to have IndyCar racing there in the future because of the potential reconfiguration? Are they going to go Super Speedway racing there? And I mean, like Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta style. Or are they going to go back to an OG layout? Or are they just going to make the track completely different and throw us a massive curveball? The future of Texas Motor Speedway is going to be one of the most interesting things, I think, of the 2020s decade, because it's not going to go away. There's too much invested in that area, and put it this way. it's 7 hours away from where I live. And I live in Texas. That's how big the state is. So there's a huge demographic of fans. But if you have to provide great racing to get people there. The racing has been at an all-time low in the Gen 6 era. It's getting better now, but the racetrack, it's bad. It needs to go back and get reconfigured, which I think they're going to remove the playoff race at Texas for next year, and they're going to move it up to the springtime, so that way they have a longer construction period to be able to reconfigure it. Again, I have no idea what they're going to turn it into, but I can almost bet they're going to repave it and reconfigure it to something. Who knows what the future holds for it, but this could be the final playoff race at Texas for a long time. Who knows? Moving forward, Talladega. I hope it's a chaotic event. Last year's Talladega race was good, but there wasn't a lot of wrecks. I want some Talladega wrecks, man. I love plate racing. You think about the Roval. Oh boy, let me tell you, the Roval is going to underperform massively. So if you're don't let the TV ratings or TV commercials and the announcers hype you up and get you excited and have extremely high expectations for the Roval, because when they go to there in the next gen car, it's going to be another lame duck event. They did the same thing for Sonoma. They did the same thing for Roval last year. They did the same thing for Watkins Glen this year. You seen how bad the Watkins Glen race was? I'm just keeping it real. Every week they're going to tell you it's the greatest event ever. It doesn't get better. It's the biggest event there. It's the greatest, most prestigious event at that racetrack's history. Don't be fooled. Have realistic expectations. The Roval's probably going to suck. Talladega's going to be awesome. If you would have told me 10 years ago that racing at like Texas would be a million times better than potentially road courses or Martinsville, that race is going to suck too. I'd probably say you're crazy, but that's just the reality of stock car racing. Anyways, it was a fun race. I think the quality of the racing product would have been better with the OG Texas configuration, but Next Gen is such a great car at these 1.5 mile events. I really wish we had 2 races at most 1.5 mile tracks. Got to have 2 races at Kansas. I think Vegas deserves it. Chicagoland, hello. Homestead. I'm just saying, man, that is the best quality of racing. It never disappoints. It never disappoints. They can make the whole playoffs, and I know they won't, and they shouldn't, but they can make the whole playoffs nothing but 1.5 mile tracks. And on paper, it would sound really boring, and then you would actually watch it, and you'd be like, wow, a lot actually happened. That's the reality. It's a crazy, crazy era we are in the sport right now. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you're having a great day out there. Congratulations to William Byron. Win number 300 for Hendrick Motorsports. I don't know what to expect. I mean, Truex could be eliminated. Larson could be eliminated. Who knows? I mean, it really is going to be a mixed bag of Skittles getting into the round of 8 with 2 wild card races. But we'll see. Thank you all again for watching. Have a blessed one, everybody. Diecastbuffet. Signing off.